Let's talk about power. Power is used to achieve goals. But where does it come from? It comes from two sources, known as the formal base and the personal power base. Formal power comes from the position being held. It can be coercive power, which results from a threat of negative consequences, reward power, or legitimate power, which stems directly from the position of authority. Personal power comes from a person's skills and personal qualities. It is either expert power, which comes from knowledge, skills, or experience, or referent power, which is the power held by a role model when we look up to someone. Power tactics are specific actions, ways, or methods of how people use different power bases. It's most effective to use more than one tactic at the same time. Rational persuasion and inspirational appeals are very effective, while pressure tactic is the least effective. Here are 9 power tactics or methods of using power. First, legitimacy tactic comes from position of authority, such as from manager or boss. Second, rational persuasion. This comes from logical argumentation. Third, inspirational appeals tactic happens when we appeal to emotions, values, or beliefs, etc. Fourth, consultation tactic, asking for input from the person that is the target of the power tactic to get them to do what we want. Fifth, exchange tactic, making a deal. You do this for me and I'll do that for you. Sixth, personal appeals. This is asking for something by relying on your personal relationship. Seventh, ingratiation. Use of flattery, praise, friendly behavior to get what we want. Eighth, pressure tactic. Using the ultimatum of negative consequences. Use of threats, warnings, demands, and such. Ninth and last, coalitions tactic. Using the agreement or support of other people or organizations to convince the person to do what we want.
If this year's quarterly goal is not met again like last quarter, I will have to put off the company's paid vacation in Hawaii as your team performed horribly.
The reason why we weren't able to meet last quarter's goals was because Chad's teams had not been performing well either, and we ended up getting assigned the task that Chad's team was supposed to complete, on top of what we had already been given.
I thought your team was adaptable enough and trustworthy that you guys are able to finish the task I had given you. I guess you weren't meant to be a leader as I had hoped you would. I may have to demote you and also promote someone else that can do the job and make the quarterly goals.
My team was performing phenomenally in our previous quarter until you had assigned extra work for us. We never were staffed for other teams' work, so it would have never worked out in the end for us. You never gave us the option to decline.
I don't see what is so hard to understand about the fact that your team is underperforming and that we expected more from you. Next time we have a conversation, consider not talking back, or I may just have to write you up for disrespecting your superior.
I'll do my best to support my team, lead and encourage us to perform better this quarter. We would appreciate it if you took our workload into consideration.
As the new CEO of Wayne Enterprises Entertainment, my name is Jack, and I have built major companies like Google. There are a lot of changes I would like to perform in my duties, and my resume states and my accomplishments in the business field. I hope that you all follow me to bring your company to the forefront of entertainment.
Hey, look, I get that we aren't the best in the entertainment industry, but we still make do. It's difficult to see what there is that needs to be changed.
John, your company was last in the Forbes top 10 upcoming entertainment companies. From the moment I was offered to run the company, I saw that your lack of culture and a terrible marketing team was affecting the profits that could have been easily doubled and even tripled.
It is fair to say that everything we do here does feel like a drag and something that we're just working for the salary instead of enjoying ourselves and looking forward to coming to work. I can see how much we can improve more in different areas of our organization. Even ourselves were embarrassed to be last in our industry, and we were scared to admit it.
Being the former vice president of Google, I realized how important culture was to an organization. Without a stable environment, it is almost impossible to think of creative ideas to succeed in creating a major entertainment company.
I believe that with you as leading this company can turn things around in our organization. Your resume does stand out and your ideas don't seem too big of a chore, just some fixes to department teams here and there.
I can guarantee that you will be pleased with the changes of this company after a year of me being in control.